Alright, what is going on, everybody on YouTube? Griffin here, coming back to you guys with another live stream from the Millennial Motivation Entrepreneur YouTube channel. First and foremost, before we get going, if you're new to the channel, definitely consider hitting the subscribe button below and turning on those notifications. That way you'll be notified every time we go live or upload a video, anything like that. It's that little bell icon right by the subscribe button. And if you haven't already, definitely consider joining our, of course, totally free Discord group chat. Is down in the description box. We have now 80, 81, something like that, members in there, including myself. So it's just awesome to see that community growing day by day, and just continuing seeing different types of conversations about different types of trading. We were just talking about credit spreads. Just some news before I hopped on. How's it going there, Josh? Yeah, I guess it is still around like morning time. If you are, you're about 3 hours behind me, but yeah, where I'm at, it's like almost 4 o'clock. But how's it going? How's it going? But just real quick, again, just for anyone that's like tuning in or maybe has missed the last couple streams. So on Friday, of course, we had like an $80 profit, nice little profit on SPY. Would have been a lot more, but again, the trade happened whenever I was not home, where I could have watched the trade unfold for 5, 10, 20 minutes. I had to get in and out of it within 5 minutes or so. I don't know exactly how long I held it. We can take a look at that in a second. And then overall for the week, we ended up a little less than what I was hoping for, 136. Technically, we did like 200 in profit on our day trades, but I forgot that we had that Apple loss that apparently was somewhere around like, I thought it was like $100, but apparently it was around like a $64 loss. All I know is we did two $60 profit trades and an $80 profit trade. So $200 in profit on the day trades, 136 roughly overall for the week. So not bad of a week. I mean, up 4% on the week. Like I tell you guys, if you can average somewhere around 1% a day, like throughout the week, throughout the month, you'll see amazing account growth. Josh actually posted his account growth for over the last I think 1 month or 3 months, something like that, and he's seen some very good growth lately. So like he said, it just pays to do your due diligence. Just stay with it, even whenever you have a couple losers here and there. Just learn something from everything. Just take it as tuition to the game at the end of the day. But we'll go over that trade really quickly, because I don't know if we actually did. I know I didn't do a live stream Friday afternoon to kind of do like a update. I know I did a live stream Friday, but I did not actually trade. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that position, how long I was in it, when I got out, and then obviously the profit. So I took 40 contracts, just made a quick little $2 scalp on it, nothing major, about 3% profit overall. You can see we got filled at 2:57 p.m. Eastern time, and we sold at, so I actually held it a little bit longer than I thought. I held it for about 12 minutes. It took a little bit to unfold. We can go ahead and pull up the SPY chart, and mine of course is going to be in Central Time, so that's said 2:50, so it'd be 1:57 standard Central Standard Time where I'm at. So we'll go ahead and just pull it up here. 1:57 we got in right about here whenever I seen the market was starting to kind of go oversold, and then I was actually down a little bit. I think I was down about $40 on that position at one point, and then it started to move up, and I pretty much sold at which candle, the 309, so 209 Central. I ended up selling right about here, so right after this big candle upwards. Obviously, again, if I were to hold it, I literally would have probably doubled, if not tripled, my profit within the next 10 minutes. But I'd already been at a customer's house, just sitting in front of the house for a few minutes, to say the least. And I was like, I need to get out and do my job, obviously. So again, work getting in the way, but at the end of the day, it still pays the bills for now. And just take the profit and run. I've had it too many times whenever I do these trades where I would just let it kind of run on autopilot, and I'd say I'll just take a look at it when I get back here in 15 minutes. A lot can happen in 15 minutes. Instead of this going up, it could have easily got rejected and shifted downward by the time I got back in my truck to look, and that's happened before. So I just figure, you know what, if I'm up, I'm going to take the money, live to fight another day, just continue to profit on every single trade is what it's all about. And then obviously whenever I can take about 2 months off from work, once my child arrives, I will be doing live stock market trading, not only on here, but I'll be able to literally sit here with you guys and you'll see the trades, and I'll actually be able to sit here and kind of watch how a trade plays out. Chances are I'll probably still sell a little early. Anytime I start to see the RSI and MACD get a little bit for what I see as a slightly overextended, where it could kind of go either way. Like right here, I probably would have sold. So I probably still would have sold right here. I probably would have only made, instead of $80, probably somewhere around 100 to 120. But I mean, that's another $20 to $40 of profit that I left off the table. So it is what it is. And you guys in Discord know by my screenshots, actually, that when we go and pull up the 5-day, 5-minute chart. So obviously I also did a trade on Thursday. I scalped it. It was a pretty rough position, actually, just from the start, and literally I sold, and I mean, I made $60. It was like a $500 swing. I was down 400 and something, and I ended up making 60. However, if I had held that position overnight, it would have been a whopping $2,300 profit that I would have made if I were to hold just after opening bell. So it sucks when you see that, but at the end of the day, I just like to get in and get out. I don't like to be worrying about what the market's going to do overnight. It was a pretty big gap up. We don't necessarily see these huge gap ups on a daily basis. I mean, you can see we have little gaps up like this, but we also have gap downs at the same time. So I just don't like playing that game personally. I just like getting in and out of the trade, of course. But yeah, so I mean, overall, last week was not a bad week at all. We'll look to continue to do the same going into this week. I will not have any day trades available tomorrow or Tuesday, but I will on Wednesday and then Thursday, of course. And then if you guys don't know, Friday the market is going to be closed for Good Friday, so I won't even be able to use my 3rd day trade. So I'm only limited to 2 day trades this week. But then Monday I'll have a day trade open up, so I'll kind of have a little bit of more. Like, I won't necessarily have to wait so long where I have to wait Monday, Tuesday before I can trade. I'll be able to trade Monday, then Wednesday, Thursday. So I'm not necessarily setting multiple days out of the market. Let's see, microphone fuzzy randomly. Okay, let me fix this real quick. Been doing that a lot lately. Let's see. Sorry about that. Let me know if it gets better. Still showing it has a little bit of static. So it's still showing on my end that it might still be a little staticky. Hopefully that's not the case. That's the next thing I will be investing in for this channel, is a new microphone, the Blue Snowball or whatever. It sucks. Take a quick look really quickly. Still looks like it's fuzzy. If you're still watching, Josh, let me know if it's still acting up. I apologize for that. I don't know why the hell it does this from time to time. Been doing it a lot more recently over the last couple of weeks. We had this issue, I believe, about a few months ago, and then we had it fixed there for a good month or two, and then apparently it's just starting to do it again. So, let's see what's going on. Yeah, still showing on my end. Pretty much what I'm looking at is just how much sound it's picking up, and when I'm not talking it shouldn't really be picking up any sound at all, but it shows it is. So overall, I mean, like I said, I apologize for that sound quality, but overall, like I said, we're just going to keep playing these SPY options and we will see what happens. I'll probably go ahead and wrap the stream up, unless if one of you guys watching lets me know that the mic is now doing better. Looks like it might be doing better. So, okay, it says better now. Okay, thanks for that. Anyways, so I'll have to edit that out of the video once it uploads. But yeah, so overall, I mean, for the market, what am I looking out for this week for the market? Obviously, we have quite a bit of earning seasons going to be getting in full force this week. I personally think we're going to see the market kind of possibly, unless if earnings looks really, really good, or we get obviously a China deal that we've been looking out for months now. which sounds like more and more likely it's going to happen eventually. Maybe. I mean, we've kind of been on edge about this for the last year or so now. Pretty much unless there's something really good happens, be it earnings or the China deal, etc., I think we're going to see the market kind of pull back a little bit this week. We've been on a pretty good tear still over the last 2 weeks. I mean, you can see ever since we tested this SMA back in March, it was around the end of March. You can see the first couple weeks of April, we've just kind of been ripping. We're starting to get a little overextended on our 180-day 4-hour chart. We can pull up the 1-year 1-day chart as well. I mean, it's starting to show signs of a little bit overbought as well. I don't think necessarily we're going to be pulling back to like the 270s. We could. If earnings just straight up look god awful, then yeah, I mean, we could definitely pull back to 275 and maybe even a little lower. If earnings are too bad, obviously we could go into an earnings recession. There's a lot of people talking about that. I don't think earnings are going to be that bad. I think there are going to be some misses, though, especially within banks. We did have a good bank report from, who was it? JP Morgan, was it, on Friday? But still, I think we're going to have a few that definitely disappoint and drag the market down overall. I think we probably will retest this SMA. We'll probably retest somewhere around the 280 to 283 levels this week. Like I said, I mean, I'm not looking for like a huge like correction or anything. We're talking roughly like a 2% to 3% move to the downside. I mean, nothing major, and I'm not saying that that's where we're going to end the week. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the week, by Thursday, we test 280 to 283, somewhere in that range. And if we could get a bounce, that'd be awesome. But market definitely due for somewhat of a little pullback. But until we kind of see how earnings looks, I wouldn't be surprised tomorrow if we're up a little bit until we start getting the earnings coming in. But other than that, I still do strongly believe that we are pretty close to, as well, to kind of a top of the market. When we pull up this 3-year 1-week chart, this is the chart I keep going back to the most. You can still see, I mean, right around 294 is our all-time high, which is about 2940 on the S&P 500, like 2940, 2950, somewhere around there. A lot of times in bear markets, you will see that we will retest. We will come close to retesting all-time highs, or not even all-time highs, but like the recent highs, and then you will continue to roll over. There's a lot of people that are worried about that, okay, we've been on this good tear over the last few weeks, we're close to retesting all-time highs. Is now the time where we're getting ready to get the next smackdown and take our next leg lower? There's a lot of people worried about that. It's in the back of my head. It's not like a big fear of mine or anything, but if we do not make an all-time high within the next month, pretty much by the end of April, then I do think we probably will see our next leg down, and we'll probably continue on with the bear market. There's a lot of people saying we're still in the bear market from December, that we just kind of had this bear market rally, and that it's going to come to an end soon. We'll see, though. I mean, we have been on a tear to start the year. I mean, you can see from the S&P 500, SPY, the ETF of the S&P 500 standpoint, we've been up literally every week but 2 to 3 weeks since the start of the year. So, I mean, we're over 4 months now, 3 to 4 months into the new calendar year, and we've only had 2 to 3 down weeks overall. And our biggest down week was, let's check out how big of a down week it was. It wasn't even that big. We were down about 3% on the week at the absolute low. Ended the week down about 2.5% to 2.75%. So we haven't had that big pullback yet. We had a little bit of a pullback here a little over a month ago. Again, this was back in March. But, I mean, overall the market's been obviously doing very, very well to start the year. So we'll see what happens. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, the earnings are going to be the biggest thing, I think. Obviously, we have, like I said, China and energy, like oil prices and stuff, also helping the market a little bit right now. But if earnings just look god awful, then yes, we're probably going to roll over, and we will see the continuation of what a lot of people are saying, we're still in a bear market. But as long as earnings look decent, as long as earnings beat, and there's not a lot of bad guidance out there or bad earnings, I think we'll possibly make a new all-time high. If we make a new all-time high, then yes, we're still bullish, and I still would think that the S&P 500 is going to hit 3,000. SPY would hit 300, before we see some sort of correction. I mean, we're really not that far off from it anyways. We're about 0.5% now from all-time highs, and we're only about, what, 2%, 2 to 3% from hitting 300, 3.5-ish. So not a lot of room really to run before hitting 300 or 3,000 on S&P 500. So, I mean, all signs point to new all-time highs, but when all seems well is when we usually just get that huge rug pull that no one's seen coming. So, like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic, to say the least. I'm bullish, but I'm cautiously bullish. I mean, we are still, at the end of the day, in one of the longest, where's my thing at? I don't want intraday, I want daily. We are still at the end of the day in one of the longest bull markets ever. There's a lot of people saying that the bull market really didn't start until right around here in, what was that, 2010. They're saying that's kind of when the bull market really started, but I mean, if you take it from the bottom in 09, then I mean, literally we're 10 years now, 10, 11 years into this bull market. So would not be surprised if we see some sort of flush. Let's pull up the monthly so you can see just how drastic it's been since the bottom in 09. I mean, you can just, the time, it tells for itself. Now, this monthly, I don't really pay attention. You guys know I've never really used the monthly chart, but the monthly almost shows, hey, we got a little bit more room to run, but we'll see what happens. I still think we're getting ready to possibly retest all-time highs. I want to say that we're gonna hit 3,000 on the S&P 500, but like I said, it's just I'm cautiously optimistic. But we'll see what happens. I think by the end of April, we're kind of gonna know exactly what's gonna happen, because like we always say, staircase up, elevator down. You can see it goes down a hell of a lot quicker than it goes back up. I mean, we're still not even. It took it how long to go down? It took it roughly, let's see here. Took us how many days? It's not telling me. Let's see. Took us 20. Like we said, I mean, when it happens, it happens. But I'm still pretty optimistic overall. But I definitely think these earnings are going to really decide where the market's going. But yeah, other than that, I mean, if you guys have any questions, like I always say, just shoot them out there in the description, in the chat there. If you have any ticker symbols or any questions in general, definitely just let me know there in the chat. And as always, if you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing. We'd love to have you here. Hopefully we don't have any mic issues going on currently, but we do have those from time to time. I need to be getting a new microphone very soon. But you can see overall, I want to show you guys actually trade SPY options. I want to show you guys what I was talking about when I said my position that I made $60 on Thursday would have made me like $2,000 by Friday. So I was in the, what calls were they? I don't want to misspeak. I think I was in like the 290 or something. Let's see. We were in the, they were the 290 calls. So let's go back to SPY. We were in these 290 April 18th calls. And you can see, I mean, they were up 104% by the close. And at one point, these things were up like 100, and I want to say like 115, 125%. Early on, whenever the market kind of first did its pop at the beginning of the day. Obviously, the high of the day is very early on, and at this point, these were up literally 120, I think maybe even upwards of 130%. But that's what I was getting at, because as you can see, if you notice, I sold those at 70 cents, $70 essentially each, and I had 30 contracts. So I mean, let's pull out the calculator. Sorry about that. That pizza I ate earlier. So I mean, I had 30 contracts. Say I sold just at the end of the day, not even for the price of the high, but let's say I just sold these at the end of the day for an extra 71 cents per contract, $71. That's another $2,100 that I would have made. So literally, that's just straight profit. That's on top of the $70 I'd already sold them for. That was whenever I had already a $60 profit. So I mean, just total profit, I would have made almost $2,200 on that position if I had simply just held it overnight. But again, it could have easily went the opposite direction, and I literally could have like been down 50, 70, 80, 100%. So that's why I don't really tend to do that. If I do, it's usually like one contract, two contracts, something like just a very small overall position on the account size. And then, like I said, I mean, we can go to the home page, and if you hadn't seen that stream already from Thursdays, just stock market overview, like my trade, Robinhood totally boned me, got me filled at a horrible price. They told me it was at 68 or 70 cents, $68 to $70 per contract, when it was actually at 60 to 62. So I started out literally down like $200 to $300 like right from the start. And then obviously I was down like 400 plus on that trade overall at one point. I just stuck it out. I knew the market was going to bounce back that day, and I ended up just selling for a little $60 profit. So then I was just like, you know what? The fact that that trade became profitable, I'm going to take my 2 to 3% profit, live to fight another day. And that's pretty much just how I trade at the end of the day, is I just want to get my money, make the money, and just keep building an account at the end of the day. I don't need to be worrying about my trades all throughout the night, wondering what the market's going to do. Like, I just want to literally come in, do a quick day trade, and then move on with the rest of my day, because at the end of the day, it's just not worth all that stress. If I can make, literally on a $3,500 account, if I can make $80 to $100 on 3-day trades, $300 a week, I mean, $300 a week times 4 weeks, you're talking $1,200 of growth. I'm not expecting to do like 100 a day. I think I can easily do 80 a day though on my trades, times 3 trades a week, times 4 weeks. And this doesn't include compounding your gains into the future trades in the weeks. You're still talking about $1,000 a month of growth. So I mean, and that's just simply, again, by getting in and out of these trades within as little as 1 to 2 minutes, and the max usually somewhere around 15 to 20 minutes. Sometimes they do go for about an hour. I really do not like them to, though. If I'm up, I won't ever hesitate to cover my profit and just move on, because I got stuff to do with my days, of course. So maybe like I said, someday whenever I'm doing this full time, by all means, I'll definitely be staying in positions a lot longer. But if I can literally cover 2, 3, 5, 10% profit. Sometimes we've had a few that did 12 to 16% profit. If I can cover those within 5, 10, 20 minutes, why wouldn't I take that profit off the table? I mean, it's just, like I said, no one ever gets hurt from taking profit at the end of the day. It does suck to see that, oh man, I could have made $2,000. Like, yeah, that sucked, because my account literally would have been at like 26 to 20, or I mean, not 26, at that time, it would have been somewhere around like $5,000 or something like that. $5,000, $6,000 my account would have been at. But that's just gambling, really, at the end of the day. So, and how's it going there, Tyler? How's it going? But like I said, I don't know how many. We got 3 of you tuning in. Hopefully the mic issue did get fixed. For anyone that's going to be watching after this video uploads, this is probably going to be one of the lowest video quality uploads that I've had in a while. But back at it with some mic technical difficulties again. I don't understand. The cord is not messed up whatsoever, so I'll have to do a little bit more research, and who knows, maybe just buy a new mic with some of these profits. But on that note, I guess I'll go ahead and just start wrapping it up. Like I said, overall for this week, I'm cautiously optimistic. I do think overall earnings are going to look decent, but I think just based on the rip that we've been on, how extended we're getting now above our SMA. This is either the 180 or the 200. I don't remember which one I have pulled up here. Let's see what our studies show. Add study. Or, there we go. 180. So we have the 180 simple moving average pulled up. So we're a little overextended. I think they're going to be looking for any reason to sell the market this week. That's just my 2 cents. Like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic. I I believe the market should go a little bit higher, retest new all-time highs, and ultimately 300. But like I said, I think it was in Thursday's stream, either Thursday or Friday stream, I said I just got a strong feeling that once we get up around this 290, especially with earnings, if earnings miss at all on some of these big names, they're going to look to flush it. So, and by flush it, I'm not talking like huge. Again, like I said, I'm talking somewhere around 280. I'm not saying like huge correction, but again, I can't stress enough. If earnings are missing left and right and guidance isn't looking good, if all these companies start dropping their guidance, then we could see the market overall roll over and us continue on with a new leg down in the bear market, quote unquote bear market that some people are referring to it as. So it'll be interesting to see kind of just how this week unfolds and the rest of the month, really. But like I said, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't really care too much. I mean, I do to a certain degree how the market's moving, because obviously a lot of people's 401ks and whatnot are affected by that. But from my trading standpoint, of course, I get in and out very, very quickly. The moves that I hop in on, you can't even really notice by looking at the chart where I even got in or got out. Missed a great opportunity on this trade, but that's a whole nother topic. But at the end of the day, just learn how to make money in any type of market. That's what I love about scalping, is you can just make money in any type of market. At the end of the day, you can do the puts, calls. I like doing the calls personally more, but if we go back into like kind of a bear market situation, might flip over to the put side. Just depends. That's what it's all about at the end of the day, just adjusting to the current market conditions. But hopefully you guys did enjoy the stream. If you did, definitely make sure to smash the like button. I greatly appreciate that. Like I said, again, I apologize for those mic technical difficulties. Hopefully we'll figure out someday what the hell's going on with the mic. If it gives me too much issues, I'll just buy a new one for sure. But and if you're new to the channel, like I said, definitely consider subscribing, and more so than even subscribing, check out our Discord group chat. It's down in the description box. It's super easy to join. Just download the Discord app and then click that link in the description. It'll take you right to our group. It's super easy to join. We have now like 80 members in there, so it's awesome to see that community growing. Hopefully we can get it to 100 by this summer. That'd be pretty awesome. But on that note, hopefully you guys stay green this week. Hopefully you guys make a little bit of money. Let me know in the comments after this video uploads, or not after the video uploads, but like after this week, let me know in the comments how much money you make or what your goal is for this week for profits and what you are looking at trading. But until next time, guys, keep on going out there, making your profits, covering your profits, and achieving some financial freedom this year. And I will see you guys probably not tomorrow or Tuesday, since again I don't have any trades, unless if I do some kind of trade I don't see myself necessarily doing. If I do something, I'll be sure to let you guys know. But if not, I'll see you guys Wednesday for another live stock market stream. But until then, take it easy, guys.